Lakemont Park is the 8th oldest amusement park in the United States. What once started off as a simple trolley park transformed into a full amusement park and is now a family entertainment location. After almost 130 years of operation, let's take a closer look at the history of Lakemont Park. Join Zach, the veteran athlete of Lakemont Park, as we uncover the full history of Lakemont Park, lead of the past, and dive deeper into the park we know and love today. Add a quick disclaimer: not all details of the history and also the opening and closing dates of former attractions are known due to former bookkeeping, former owners, and management. So what we have is what we can find. We did not have all the information, but we have the most we can find. In 1984, Lakemont Park opened as a trolley park. They are one of 13 trolley parks that are still in operation. If you didn't know, a trolley park is a picnic and recreation area along or at the end of a streetcar line. The park was literally developed by the Altoona and Logan Valley Electric Railway Company. Rowdy Road was a switchback railway style roller coaster and opened as the park's first coaster. It was owned and operated by Amanda Sink.
All right, and then in 1897, Gravity Road closed. It was believed to be related to Sink's bankruptcy after losing the hotel business to a fire.
In 1899, Lakemont Park became a full amusement park, and we actually do have some old photos here of the park. Not saying what year this is from though, but this is one of the old Lakemont Park signs. You can see that advertises Kittyland, where they had a bunch of family and kitty attractions.
All right, in 1902, Leap the Dips opened on June 2nd. It is manufactured by the Federal Construction Company, designed by Edward Joy Morris, and it turns 121 years old this season. It is also one of the few surviving side friction coasters and believed to be one of the last known examples of a side friction figure 8 type of coaster in the whole world. And it is also an ACE Coaster Classic and a coaster landmark.
And thank you to the National Weather Star. We do have some really old photos of Leap the Dips. So this photo actually comes from 1994 from what it looks like. This means older from 1902, and so fun fact: the Leap the Dips actually had a ravine under it when it opened, and at some point they filled it in and made it a flat ground. Never wanted to. So Leap the Dips actually, when it first opened, they were actually no steel rails. The car that's ran on the wood itself. Steel rails were added later on. And we actually do have a copy of the patent for the ride. So it shows you the layout of the coaster, and also had, of course, the designer and the manufacturer of the ride as well. Which is really cool to see documents like this back from 1894.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
In 1927, Twister opened. So Lakemont had both a roller coaster named Twister and a flat ride named Twister. This was the coaster. So it was designed by Herbert Paul Smith, and it was manufactured by the Philadelphia Wagon Company, and it was located next to the Dips. Now, this is one we don't have an application, but based on that hint right there, we can probably have a good idea on where it was. And, of course, there are no pictures of that ride, even though we have ones from the Dips.
All right. And in 1935, Twister closes. It was destroyed by a flood in March of 1936 and then removed by the county in 1937.
During 1936, it actually got SBNO for that year, which it was when it was destroyed by the flood. And in 1937, Lakemont Park was donated to Blair County.
All right, and then in 1985, Leap the Dips closes due to structural integrity and lack of maintenance funds. The Leap the Dips Foundation was formed after a fundraising effort was initiated by ACE.
In 1986, the park was privatized and it was bought by the Boyer Candy Company. So Boyer Candy Company, since 1984, had been located in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and they are still in business to this day. You can actually still buy their candy.
It's very good, by the way.
I haven't had it yet, so that's my new goal now to have it. But I have heard of Mallow Cup before Boyer.
I was going to say Mallow Cups are where it's at. In 1987, Skyliner opens. It was manufactured by Philadelphia Toboggan Company, designed by famed coaster designer John C. Allen. It was also John C. Allen's first full-size coaster design. It was actually relocated from Roseland Park in Canandaigua.
If we can't pronounce it, luckily we do have Siri to help us out with that. Hey Siri, how do you pronounce the city that Skyliner came from?
Canandaigua.
Thank you, Siri. So yes, it's Canandaigua, a little hard to pronounce though.
All right, so Canandaigua, New York, which closed in 1985. It was space themed back then, and it originally opened in 1960, and it's an Ace Coaster classic.
Here's a quick look at the space theme that Ace they have. It had all the planet names. And as I mentioned in the live show we had not too long ago, but that space theme is what plays into Skyliner's new logo, which I'll go ahead and fill in now.
Yep.
In 1988, Boyer Candy Company sells the park, and so at that time, the park name refers back to Lakemont Park. And of course, I do have some more old signs of Lakemont Park. Definitely a little bit more modern though, but this is a little more retro design. And I gotta say, I really do love that old design of that one.
It reminds me of Toy Story, like the little Pixar balls.
It does.
Yeah.
And we have this one too. This is also a nice time with the fireworks above the park name.
Yeah, that one's cool. In 1991, Mad Mouse opens, and that was manufactured by Alan Herschel.
Here's a quick look at the Mad Mouse and its sign. I mean, I gotta say, I love that oversized mouse face entrance. That is so cool, so old school.
Freaks me out.
Actually, a little bit though, but it's like so cool though.
Yeah.
And then here's another quick look at Mad Mouse. Also in 1991, Toboggan opened. So Toboggan was manufactured in 1963 by Chance Rides. And before coming to Lakemont Park, it actually traveled with the Galasos, which is out in Florida, if I recall correctly. And of course, we all know that everybody misses Toboggans. Like, the classic well-built Chance Ride that is definitely not bad on tall riders.
Yeah. All right. In 1991, Leap the Dips was added to the list of National Register of Historic Places.
in around 1993, hence 1993 is, and we did not have the exact date, but Little Leap opened. And so fun fact, that was actually manufactured in 1969. We did not know it was that prior to kind of Lakemont Park, but its first name was Roller Coaster, and after that it was Little Leaper, and now we have Little Leaper. And after the 2016 season, it was moved to where the kids' go-kart track was, and then it reopened with the park in 2019, one later on.
All right. In 1996, Leap the Dips was designated as a National Historic Landmark.
In 1997, my birth year, Leap the Dips begins its restoration. And so fun fact, so during that time, they actually used techniques that were performed during its original construction. And of course, we have another old photo here, and it actually shows the diagram of the support structure for Leap the Dips. And you can see how it actually resembles modern day wooden coaster in terms of how it's built for supports.
All right, and then in 1999, Leap the Dips finally reopens.
In 2003, Mad Mouse closes. And that was due to maintenance, obviously being an old ride. That ride back in 2003, I think, was still way past not being manufactured anymore, so getting parts for it became very hard. I still have not ridden the Alpha models though, but they look fun.
And then in 2016, Toboggan, Scrambler, Tilt-A-Whirl, Roundup, Octopus, basically every ride that is not currently at the park closes.
Which is sad.
Very sad.
In 2017, Lakemont Park is closed for the season with no announcement as to what is going on.
But they were open for holiday lights.
Nice.
In 2018, renovations were announced.
In 2019, Lakemont Park reopens after renovations, and they are now a family entertainment location with some rides.
Yep. Okay, and then in 2020, the water park is closed. The Treehouse Activity Pool opened in 2019, and the water slides were relocated from Roseland Park.
Yeah.
The water park, so the slides are not open because like a day before that they tried to open them in 2019, the state came in and inspected the slides and said, oh, your bolts are no good, can't open. Fun fact. So that's why the slides are not.
Well, other ride also came from Roseland Park.
Skyliner.
Exactly, yeah. We got a Roseland Park down at Lakemont Park, so if you're a fan of Roseland Park as a kid, or to know and he's still alive, come down and visit them at Lakemont Park.
But yeah.
And that brings us to current day. Lakemont Park today is a family entertainment location featuring mini golf, batting cages, sports courts including basketball, tennis. It also have cornhole boards, horseshoe pits, walking paths, and of course rides. Current rides at the park include not one, not two, but 3 roller coasters with Leap the Dips, Skyliner, and Little Leaper, as well as paddle boats called Lake Monster Paddle Boats, an antique car ride called Tin Lizzie Antique Autos, motorway go-karts, and a CP Hunting train ride manufactured by Chance Rides, and of course for the kids, 4x4 monster trucks.
Yuppers.
And thanks to old photos and a old park map, I was actually able to get a pretty good idea about the old layout of Lakemont Park. So this is Lakemont Park in its current day. Down at the bottom of the screen, cut off is where the water park is, but you can see Leap the Dips, you can see the tennis courts, basketball courts, the batting cages, the two mini golf courses they have, a lot of the walking paths, and of course the go-karts, Little Leaper, and Skyliner. But actually, though, we actually have a park map from, I think it was 91. And so it shows you where Skyliner was, and still is, where the Toboggan was right by Clifton Depths, as well as Twister, Octopus, Scrambler, Totalville, Roundup, Monster, Demon Swing, Skydiver, Mad Mouse. All those good rides. Now, there are some rides that were not on it, obviously, like the original Twister. But based on the fact that it was located by Clifton Depths, I believe that it was probably around where Toboggan was when it was around. So you see, label number 1 is where Toboggan was confirmed to be, and then where I believe Twister was somewhere in that area. 2 was the location of Twister, which was the flat ride, which is now at a state park up in New York, I believe. And then number 3 is where the Roundup was. And then 4 is where the Totalville was. And then 5 was basically the Kittyland area where they had the Scrambler, Octopus, kids rides, and also the old location of Little Leaper, or formerly Roller Coaster, and now Little Leaper. And 6, which is right behind the Galactic Ice, is where the Ferris wheel was. Number 7 was another ride area of local rides, which was Monster, Demon Swing, Skydiver, and then 8 is rough estimate of where Mad Mouse was. So based on the old park map, it looks to be adjacent to the depths right across that path behind that round building. So that is what I believe that it once was. And then number 9 was more was the carousel and the kids boat ride. Now, so that basically covers all the current and former attraction locations of Lakemont Park. I'd like to thank you for joining today as we uncover the full history of Lakemont Park. If you enjoyed this video and gained some insight on Lakemont Park, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and of course, visit Lakemont Park. Thanks for watching.